Hello and welcome. You're live with Brothers Forge Gaming, here with more of your favorite platinum advice. Right here we have Sundered, Eldritch Edition on the PS4, available as a download from the PS Store. Sundered is a Metroidvania-style game complete with what you have come to expect from the moniker. While this game may have a few minor issues that impact playability and flow, Sundered is a refreshing addition to the now seemingly saturated genre, well worth a go if you enjoy such style games. In this video, I am not only going to break down many of the gameplay components, but offer some tips and tricks on how to get your next Platinum Trophy. Now make sure to pay close attention because this video could save you a lot of time in going for those trophies. Again, we're coming to you live and your questions and comments are most welcome. Stick around for the entirety, or jump ahead if you are here solely looking for some gameplay action. First off, we're going to take a look at the skill tree, followed by a step-by-step process on how to get the platinum in one run that will save you hours of time. Later in the video, we're going to show complete maps for each section, but before we do any of that, let's take a look at the skill tree. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, let me know. Put them in the video comments. I'm going to blast through this here script I've got, and I'll answer any questions at the end. Try to keep this flowing well. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to take a look at the skill tree. So you have skills, perks, different things you can unlock. There's different modes you can go with, corrupting your shards, or you can destroy them, and you're going to get different power-ups associated with doing each of those things. You eventually unlock the ability to equip 3 perks and a 4th perk. As I mentioned, by doing different things, you can unlock this whole other tree here when you choose to destroy shards. But yeah, just to take a quick look, you can go through. There's, obvious ones that are just your basic statistics, and then your others, different abilities you can unlock to become more powerful. Most of these, it just depends on your playstyle. I went for like health, damage, and shield right away, and going to, that one's actually super helpful. Going to unlock these extra perks right away was good as well. And then this one here, you're going to need to get this. There are 3 hidden shards, and you can only find them with that, to the best of my knowledge. That is accurate, so you will need to get that eventually if you want to get the platinum. This stuff, if you're just playing the game and you're not looking to platinum, that doesn't really matter so much. And right now on this file I have the corrupted abilities, so I'll get into that. I'll show you guys that a bit later, real quick. And then let's see here, what was I trying to... Okay, so here's an example of some of your different perks, and this is a complete list. So if you're looking for a complete list, this is it right here. I'll go over those real quick. Now you can get up to rank 3, but you can actually unlock something that allows you to get up to rank 4, and we'll get to that. So if you're looking to see if you have all the perks, they're right here. Take a look. Most of the perks aren't like super good, but some of them are nice, and you can combo them pretty well. And then here's the other one. You get this from unlocking the secret boss, and we'll go over that here in a little bit as well. I did notice a comment pop in. I am gonna handle that towards the end. I don't have my screen up quite yet, and I don't want to get distracted. So yeah, there's that. And I'm gonna mention this later in the game. So there are certain perks that you get for your gun, and if you can get those, there's a boss you can only beat using the gun. So it's good to come equipped with those. There's one's bullet fabricator. Yeah, so that one is pretty good to get the ammo, because you only get so much ammo, and you're gonna need it for that final boss fight. Okay, and then real quick, you might be wondering what this portal is here. This is the end boss fight. Do not go in here until you have listened to the up and coming advice I'm going to throw at you. There's 3 ways you have to beat this game, so we're going to go over that right now. Let me see if I can't see who's chiming in here. Maybe it's easy. Hey buddy. Yeah, I bet you do. How's it going, man? Uh-oh. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Alright. So as I mentioned, this game will take at least 3 runs to platinum unless you have access to cloud save or backup drive, and that's very important. Know how to utilize those, and you can get this in 1 run instead of 3. I highly recommend this method as it could save you well over 15 hours. Otherwise, look to spend at least 30 hours to reach 100%. The best way to get platinum in 1 run goes as follows. First off, defeat the bosses and mini-bosses in all 3 sections. There is 1 boss and 3 mini-bosses per section, which will make 6 Elder Shards. Also, there are 3 loose shards, 1 in each section, that can be found with the scavenger ability unlocked in the talent tree. Once you have acquired all 7 Elder Shards, get ready to enter the portal in the main hub, the one you can see right there. In all, there are 3 different fights that take place in the final boss zone, but it all depends on how you approach it. Now listen up, this is very important. Before you enter the final boss fight for the first time, make sure to back up your save file. Also, disable auto-upload for this game if you do not want any unexpected uploads. Once you have done that, enter the portal and defeat Nyarlathotep. Depending on how much you have done up to this point, it may be necessary to grind additional shards and or perks. This fight is rather difficult, but by no means impossible. If you have picked up any of the gun-related perks, this may aid you in the fights to come. This boss is much easier from afar, but timing and perks are critical to succeeding in a ranged victory. It also may benefit you to approach this fight specced with gun perks because the next boss form is only winnable using the gun. Don't freak out. It's really not that tough. That being said, the boss fights in this game are very winnable, especially once you discover their weak points. After you kill Nyarlathotep and earn your trophy for doing so, exit out of the game and download your previously backed up file. Now you are heading to the incinerator, and that's located in the bottom section, and I'll show you that here in a second. Here's where you will destroy all 7 Elder Shards. Once you have completed this, go back to the main hub and enter the final boss fight for the second time. You should notice that the preliminary fight and dialogue are different. If not, you may have not loaded your file correctly. This is easy to tell because after you defeat each boss, it shows an icon on your save file, and once I back out of here, I'll show you that towards the end of this video. If yours is already showing a final boss icon, you may have done something wrong. Also, once you reach Nyarlathotep, it would seem the fight is identical. However, there is now a Phase 2! As I mentioned before, you are forced to use the gun to defeat Trapezohedron, but at this point, the fight should be a breeze. If you are having difficulty, grind further shards and or perks to assist your efforts. Now for the fun part. Corrupting your shards! After you have defeated Nyarlathotep and the Trapezohedron and received your trophy for doing so, exit out of the game and download your previously backed up file. Here is where you will clean up the remaining trophies as well as unlocking your true power. To corrupt your shards, simply return to the ability shrines and corrupt away. The shrines are easily located on your map. You will now be juiced up to fight the final boss. I would recommend picking up the remaining trophies you need at this point before facing the final boss. So, and then before you're ready to fight the final boss, let's worry about the cleanup phase here. Most of the trophies are obtained through simply playing the game and can be earned on any difficulty setting. There are trophies for unlocking abilities, defeating bosses, acquiring perks, as well as accumulating shards. By far the hardest part about the last leg of getting the platinum is finding the hidden boss. There is also one perk that is hidden, and I will show you where to find that here in a moment. In each section there is a gong room. Yes, gong. I said gong. Anyhow, you must complete the tasks associated with the room and unlock the hidden skill. There is also a hidden attack, but I don't believe that it's necessary to find that attack to unlock the last boss. I could be wrong, but I'll show you where that is too here in a second. Once you have solved each gong room, an associated mask will appear in the long corridor on the leftmost section, which I will show you on the map also later. This unlocks a hidden boss fight that is rather difficult, so come prepared. After you have defeated this boss, you should be unlocking your last perk needed for the trophy. If not, make sure to go back up and hit up anything you may have missed. Endless Horde rooms usually have a perk hidden away somewhere within the zone. corrupted treasures, and certain life enemies drop perks as well. If you are still missing any perks at this time, make sure to go back up and double check your map for any areas you may have missed. It might be possible that you have missed a specific corrupted treasure, and if so, I would recommend using a systematic approach to take down each specific one. This game generates random zones, but the meat of the level, the basic structure stays the same, and the corrupted treasures I found are always in the same spots. And I believe there's like 2 or 3 a zone, something like that. Not super difficult to find those. Okay, so now to go back to some of the stuff I was talking about. Easy, any questions you got now, let me know. Fire away, buddy. Okay, so like many good games, you've got a mini map. This one, it doesn't stay open unless you hold the button, which is kind of annoying. But what I've done, and you can't like zoom out. So this is the bottom section of the map that's unlocked. So I went down there to. The load screens are kind of long as well. So anyway, if you can see that fire kindling looking thing there, that's the incinerator. So you're going to drop down, you're going to go there. So again, so I'll summarize here. Don't go in that portal. Okay, so alright, so what you're going to do first, you're going to beat all 3 bosses, all of the mini bosses, and get those hidden shards I told you about. Then you're going to come here. You're going to save your file, and then you're going to go in there and you're going to kill the first boss. Then you're going to load your file. What you're going to do is you're going to walk down yourself to that incinerator. You're going to shard you're going to shard yourself all 7 shards down the drain over here. And then you're going to go fight this boss again. This is where it gets tough. There's 2 phases, 2 bosses, and you have to use your gun only to fight that second trapezohedron boss. Like I said, not super difficult at this point. You should have the fight figured out. And then what you're going to do after you do that, you're going to beat that. You're going to load your file again, and then you're going to go to these ability shrines, which you can see centerized there. Is that a word, centerized? In the center, you can see the skull and the things. So those are your boss rooms, and then you can see the ability shrines. The legend on this isn't super accurate, but it does help you a little bit. So ability shrines, so you'll see them glowing on the map. They'll be purple, and you're going to go there and you're going to corrupt them. There's 2 in each zone, so you'll have to go back to each zone. But yeah, like I was talking about, so you see the mini bosses and then the main bosses. So 1, 2, 3 there. Let's see, mini boss, mini boss. Where's that other mini boss at? Oh, there we are. Okay, so I believe those stay in the same place, so if that's helpful. And then if you can see up here, up in the right, where that mask-looking thing is, that's where you're gonna find. I believe that's where that. Or no, okay. So right there to the rightmost here, that's where you're gonna find the roll dash stab, which is actually very helpful, but not necessary. And then you can see up here, these are where the gong rooms are gonna be. There's gonna be a gong room in each section. You're gonna need to go there to fight. Actually, it's more like a puzzle room, so you got to solve the puzzle, and then here, I'll go show you this next section. Whoops. I'll go show you the next section over here. These load screens are a little long, so bear with me, please. Grab a drink. I'll show you some bologna. Bologna sandwich. You know it, man. It's the only way to roll. Shard is a funny word, isn't it? Or is it a dirty word? Okay, so as I mentioned, there's 3 sections. So you saw the bottom section. They all span off of this middle portion here, but you can only have 1 section up at a time. So when you come here, this is the main long hall corridor I was telling you about here. And once you go down there, there's a statue. It's not really noticeable, but once if you're paying attention, you'll see it. And there's 3 spots for the 3 masks in the gong rooms. Anyway, you'll notice that, and then you'll be able to finally drop down in there and get that. But as you can see, there's a boss there. Mini boss there, ability shrine, and you can see some of these other places to get the perks. I believe that's what that fan looking thing is there's a perk room. So as you can see, hopefully this will help you out a little bit if you're stuck. Mini boss rooms, ability shrines, Right now it's showing you where all the treasures are because I have the scavenger perk unlocked. As you can see here, the gong room is up there. Another boss fight there. So one main boss fight and 3 mini bosses per section. I don't believe it's going to show me where the hidden shard is, but for this particular section it was in the long hall corridor there. And then also if you see there's like a zone, you can go to the different zones through each zone, but it's kind of a pointless thing. I didn't really find a reason for that. I guess if you didn't want to beat the bosses or something, you could go around. But yeah, there's kind of a complete look at the map for you. I know I can't zoom out or anything, so yeah, hopefully that was helpful there. And let's go show you the other side of the world. And so you have the corrupted abilities. Ah, jeez. Whoopsie. As I said, I can fly, and do all sorts of cool stuff. You can climb the walls, which is super helpful. Oh man, you didn't get the Virtual Boy stack? Dang it, dude. It's cool you got some crazy stuff though, man. What are you gonna post it on our Facebook and let us have a view? I really was thinking you were gonna get that Virtual Boy set, dude. That would have been epic for sure. Grail piece, I'd say. Okay, so alright, and then I might have forgotten to say something I told you I was gonna tell you somewhere. It was somewhere. Anyway, as you can see here, let's find it. In this main long shaft, you're gonna find an elevator right here. So as you can see, it's kind of hidden. You've got these clouds, and then tucked in right there is where the hidden perk is. And you just go up there and drop down. It's not super hard to find or anything, but it is problematic because this level, if you go in the wrong zone, it's like you get sucked into the ether. But anyhow, that's that right there. That's what you're going to be looking for in that zone. Hey, what's up, man? Runner up, so you should have had it. Ah, very nice. Saturday morning cartoons, a new piece we're doing. Look forward to that. Got some epic stuff coming up for that. If you guys want to watch, check us out Saturday mornings. Also got been working on the 2nd episode of Masterpiece Theater Collection. That'll be coming soon. I'm hopefully going to be able to work on that today and get that up and running. Anyhow, back to where we are. So you start here. Okay, this is how you can come in from the other zone. There is a boss fight over here. Or I thought there was mini boss, maybe it's up a bit. But here's an example of like an endless horde room. As you go through, you find the ability room. So make sure to check there if you're looking for those perks. We got a mini boss there. That purple X, that's one of the corrupted treasures. Again, you can get perks from there. And then some of the certain enemies, as I mentioned, they're Lithe enemies, Lith. I'm not sure exactly what they're called here, but there's an endless horde room there, and at the end you find that. Another ability shrine, mini boss. This zone, so going from here to here is rough. And then you got to get up here. That's probably the hardest gong room fight right there. That one's gonna be pretty tough to do, so bear with it. Another ability there, or perk I should say. And okay, so over here you've kind of got to fly over here. It's not really something you might, unless you're investigating, you're not really going to see it. And you just got to believe. You got to jump and believe. There's a mini boss hidden over there. So by now, guys, you should have all of your bosses and mini bosses defeated, all of your perks, all of your hidden shards, and you should be getting ready to go back in and fight the final boss. Like I said, there's 3 modes to this. You've got to go in 3 ways. And it's a rather interesting game. I guess we could go, well, just go fight some stuff. Okay, let's go down to this one. think there's more climbing spots here. That the third zone is more of a it's a lot of jumping and floating and slingshotting and doing different things. Beware the gong. Isn't that true? Yeah, how you been, 9EG? You working on anything? Anything? Or are you still taking a break? Okay, so as you can see here, that's an example of a corrupted ability. You basically can wall climb, which is super useful. You can teleport, that's another one. I don't think it's gonna let me here. Because I'm not sure if this zone utilizes the grappling hook, but you do get a grappling hook you can use to, you know, grappling hook around. There's an example of your cannon. And then your blade, you got, you know, just your blade there. One thing that I wasn't enjoying. Okay, this might be good. Oh, crystal room. Yeah, so crystals and shards room. This is all sorts of fun in this game. Distorted. But yeah, one thing that I didn't find enjoyable in this game is kind of the combat. It's sticky and it's, I don't know, it can get frustrating. I would recommend going through, unless you want a really frustrating challenge or something like that. You know, you can acquire every treasure on easy, or sorry, every trophy on easy. The boss fights are tough, you know, but once you figure them out, it's not super difficult. But yeah, I can imagine playing this on the harder setting. I'm sure it would be very frustrating trying to complete that. And then there's just these certain enemies, like these guys. I mean, they track you, and like I said, in these endless horde rooms that are going to be coming up, or even some of the spots they know that you have to progress the game to like unlock the next zone. Man, they are brutal. So, and then just like these lasers and stuff. I mean, they just really drain you, and like I said, it's really a cool game if you're into Metroidvania style games. It's kind of like the hand-drawn art style is not something that's always done well, but it is done very well here. The backgrounds are excellent. The little bit of dialogue and storyline that's in it is worth it. Just trying to get over here. But yeah, hopefully this is giving you a basic idea of kind of what you're going to deal with when you're going through these games. Or the game, those spikes are nasty, man. They'll really drain you, and you don't really see them coming in either. I like smashing those. Who doesn't like smashing a good barrel? I don't know where I'm going. I had plans to go somewhere cool, but I don't really think I'm heading there too swiftly. But as you can see, so each room, so there's rooms within these larger sections, and these are all random, which I thought was very unique about the game. That's actually something I would like to see utilized more often, is randomness in games, because all too often, once the game's been out, you know, everybody's got a guide to how to do it, and the entire 100% whatever. It takes the fun out of it, especially in games where you're like, we used to play World of Warcraft all the time, man, and I don't know if you know anybody that played that. I'm sure that you know the pains of trying to farm certain materials. You got people camping out and stuff because they know where to. If that stuff was random, I mean, it would just make for so much more fun. You know, you would probably not have that as much, or I don't know, maybe you'd have it more. Who knows? But in my mind, I'm feeling like you're gonna get that a little more. So I do like how they did that, but realistically, the rooms are random, yes. And then the main sections stay the same. So in a way, a lot of time it doesn't seem that random, although it is, but isn't. Oh, okay, here we go. So there's an example of that, and once you have it corrupted, you can zoom around, which is real nice. Because, you know, who doesn't like to zoom around? I thought I was going to be able to show you guys where the Okay, so it's way over there. Let's go see if that's where it was, or I was a liar. Anyhow, it's in this level. It's a, I'll show it to you once I get done here. It's a roll attack thing. It's very useful. Yeah, that rolly stab, not necessary, but super useful, especially because when you're fighting a lot of these dudes, you got to roll out of danger because, you know, dodge roll is OP in almost everything it's ever in. But it's kind of cool how you can chain attacks and some of the abilities together. And I believe this must have been a Kickstarted game, and I've noticed this. Bloodstain was another game that did this. They put their backers on the paintings in the some of the rooms. It was pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got Steph Norland, another Steven Paulison. This is the Steve room. Smiles PhD. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, I think I might have told you the wrong way for that ability, but we're gonna go over there and look anyway. Dang these endless horde rooms, man! I can't check that dialogue. I'll try to get to that as soon as I find a spot they're not trying to kill me. Oh. Heyo. Yeah, the teleport is nice. It's a real nice. Ouch. Okay, maybe they'll stop attacking me in here. Okay, so this is the spot I was telling you. This is kind of one of the hidden rooms. So this is where you're gonna find the roll stab, which, like I said, super nice. But like I said, I don't know if it's 100% necessary to get the platinum, but you might as well get it if you're over here and you have the ability to do so. Alright, well, what we're going to do, we're going to exit out of here. Hopefully that was enough gameplay for you guys to kind of get a gist of what's going on. Oh, and then you have the ability to return to the sanctuary at any time through that menu, but it does reset the progress. It's basically like dying and going back to the main hub here. Yeah, man, keep it adult. Yeah, I still don't know what's going on with all that. We've been uploading kind of just as normal. Nothing's really come of it yet, so hopefully that continues. Ooh, Willy Wars. Sounds interesting. Yeah, same, man. We don't know what's going on. We're just going with it. We've put a lot into this over the years, so we feel like we're just getting the hang of it. We're just getting going, and you know, nothing can stop us at this point. Besides, yeah, you know, certain organizations and whatnot. So yeah, I wanted to show you real quick, basically what you're doing. So had I not, if I would have used the method I described in this video, I could have platinumed this game in probably 15 to 20 hours, but instead I had to do another file to do it because once you beat it, as you can see so those are each boss, and then that's the final boss. So once you beat it, it doesn't say, you know, you can continue to fight the final boss, but it saves that boss fight on your file, and no matter what you do, even if you go, you know, destroy the shards and whatnot, or corrupt your abilities or whatever, you're still going to face that final boss, and that's what I was talking about. So if you find that you've done what, you know, the method I said, but you're still not getting that second fight, maybe you loaded your file wrong, and you can tell right here by that. Those are your different perks, and it shows you which ones you've corrupted, or sorry, your abilities and different things there. And then of course it shows you your progress. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions and concerns, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them as best I can. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another Platinum edition of Brothers Forge Gaming. If you are looking for more Platinum guides, make sure to check out our Platinum Trophy Guide playlist, or look for the link at the end of this video. I hope that this guide was helpful in getting your next Platinum Trophy, or even just in finding a new, fun game to play. Thanks for your comments, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. We'll be getting another stream out there soon. Oh, I see. Mega Man, okay. Oh. Yeah, see, that was one thing about those Capcom games, man. Can't beat that original sound. You just can't do it. Konami, Capcom. Well, yeah, that's going to do it. Like I said, thanks for coming by, guys. If you have any questions, anything like that, leave them in the comments. And we'll see you on the next run.